There's a moment in everyone's life when the world stops, when reality splits in two, before and after. For Tanjiro Kamado, that moment was painted in blood and snow. One day he was selling charcoal, the next, his entire family was gone, except one, his sister, but she wasn't the same. She was changed, a demon. His heart broke, but his mind, it made a decision. No matter what, I will save her. That's where it all began. Not just his journey as a demon slayer, but his war with his own mind. Because every demon Tanjiro would go on to fight mirrored the one inside him. And that is the real story. We talk a lot about strength, we talk a lot about hard work, but nobody talks about the thing that controls it all. Your subconscious mind, the part of you that breathes when you're not looking, the part of you that decides when you're afraid, when you hesitate, when you strike. Tanjiro didn't have special powers, not at first, but he had something else. The desire to rewire himself, to become someone new, someone worthy. And that's what Gen Z needs to understand. Your life doesn't change when you get motivated. It changes when you reprogram your subconscious. He climbed that mountain, not just to reach the top, but to climb into a new version of himself. Every step was painful, every breath colder than the last. But pain has a strange way of waking us up, not physically, mentally. Your subconscious doesn't listen to your thoughts, it listens to your actions. And in that snow, with every failing step, Tanjiro was sending it a signal. I will not break. He didn't know martial arts, he didn't know swordsmanship, but he knew grit. And grit, when repeated, becomes belief. Belief becomes identity. Identity becomes fate. Sabito wasn't just a mentor, he was Tanjiro's mirror. He didn't say what Tanjiro wanted to hear. He said what Tanjiro's subconscious needed to process. You're not ready, you're weak. Truth hurts, but denial kills. Sabito's strikes weren't punishment, they were lessons. Every blow was coded with a message: break your current programming. That mountain wasn't just terrain, it was Tanjiro's outdated identity. And Sabito, the guide through hell who wouldn't carry him, but would point to the fire and say, walk through it. Because only in that fire can you forge someone new. Where Sabito was the storm, Makomo was the still water. She didn't push, she reflected. That's what the subconscious loves, repetition in a calm state. She taught breathing, form, stillness. Because when you quiet the noise, your inner voice can finally speak. And Tanjiro learned, power isn't in force, power is in alignment. Months passed, no progress. Frustration mounted. The boulder stood like a wall, immovable, intimidating. And every time Tanjiro tried, it laughed at his effort. But one day, he stopped trying to cut it. He stopped forcing. He simply became the motion. That's the subconscious at work. You train the body so long, the mind lets go. You breathe, you move, and the result flows through you, not from you. The boulder split, so did his limitations. Nezuko was different, a demon who didn't attack humans. Why? Because of how she was programmed. Urokodaki used sleep and spoken affirmations to train her mind. Humans are family, and while she rested, her subconscious rewrote itself. It didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. And that's the message Gen Z forgets. Change doesn't come from force, it comes from repetition. Your thoughts don't change you, your patterns do. Tanjiro trained in water breathing until it became instinct. In the heat of battle, there's no time to think. You act or you die. That's the power of subconscious identity. He wasn't just learning techniques, he was writing neural code. Every slice, every breath, every fall told his brain, this is who I am now. And then the moment. Rui, the demon, is seconds from killing him. Tanjiro is broken, his sword is weak. But the subconscious is stronger. A memory, a movement, a fire within. The dance of the fire god, passed down from his father, unknown to his conscious mind, but embedded in his soul. He didn't remember it. He became it. That's what happens when identity aligns with legacy. Some people walk in and you feel their energy. That was Rengoku. He didn't need to prove himself. His presence said enough. Set your heart ablaze. That wasn't just his motto. It was his inner code. Courage, duty, joy. Not because he was born with it, but because he trained it. Every day, every breath. He told his subconscious, this is who we are. So even when he faced death, he didn't flinch, because his mind had already chosen, I do not run, I protect. Akaza offered him immortality, power, eternity. Rengoku declined, because the offer didn't match his identity. When your values are written deep into your subconscious, nothing can tempt you. Not fear, not pain, not even death. His body fell, but his flame lit a generation. Tanjiro screamed at the sky. His tears weren't weakness. They were fuel. Grief shakes the conscious mind, but it cracks open the subconscious. In that moment, Tanjiro made a vow, and that vow wasn't just heard, it was felt deep inside his neural wiring. From that day forward, he carried Rengoku's fire. Training never ends, even after success, even after wins. The greatest warriors train not just their body, but their automatic mind. Hashira level isn't about technique, it's about what you default to, under pressure. And Tanjiro, he became someone whose default was excellence. From snow to fire, from charcoal seller to demon slayer, from human to hero. Tanjiro wasn't chosen by fate, he chose his fate. Every breath, every fall, every rise, he trained his subconscious like his life depended on it, because it did, and now, so does yours. Tanjiro wasn't lucky. Nezuko wasn't cured by chance. Rengoku didn't stumble into purpose. They were all programmed by pain, repetition, and decision. Your subconscious mind is the most powerful weapon you own, but only if you train it, only if you command it. So the next time you want to quit, don't ask, do I feel like it? Ask, what am I training my subconscious to believe? Because belief becomes fate, and fate is forged. Set your mind ablaze and become the warrior your future is waiting for.